Welcome back to Man Across New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, as you can see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today in the final episode of 2022. Whoa! New Horizons. That sounded more sarcastic than I meant it to be, but it is actually very exciting, isn't it? Another year down. I mean, technically another year down will be when we reach March 20th or 25th or whatever the day I do for celebrating the Dear Darling Fawnhollow anniversary, but that's not really the point. The point is, it's the new year for everybody. You know, those of you in Australia, not quite yet New Year, I think, in my time, and you might be like, wait, isn't it like midnight your time? No, I'm recording this at like 11 a.m. because I'm not going to be here later tonight, so, you know, might as well celebrate it now, right now. We do a little bit of time travelling in here, only on New Year though. Good evening everyone, right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:44 p.m. on Saturday, December 31st, 2022. Can you believe it? Today's the last day of 2022. This year has meant so much to me. Oh my, I better change the subject before the microphone gets all soggy. In celebration of New Year's Eve, we're holding a grand countdown event in the plaza. We'll be selling and giving away items all day long, so please stop by to participate in the festivities. I can't wait to ring in the New Year with everyone on this island. That's all from me. I hope everyone has a wonderful New Year. Thank you to Isabel for, you know, being a fantastic, well, I don't know Isabel's technical role. It's like secretary, but, you know, I'm pretty sure like she does more than secretary. She's like, you know, basically runs an entire thing along with Tom Nook. Well, I don't really know. Either way, they're both not insurmountable. I forgot what word it is, but crucial parts to the Fawnhollow process. But anyway, hello everyone, something, please go subscribe for news. We've done this twice before already. We know the drill. We're here to celebrate. Actually, do I still have my new celebration outfit? I'm not sure. Is this my new? No, it's fireworks. Which I guess is, but that's more like summer festival. You know, let's just, you know, end the year as me. Because we'll start the next year as me as well anyway. Oh my god, there's balloons in my way. So we've had the conversation with everyone like a million times over. I guess we can like get a hat. I don't really know. But we're getting late. There's something. Mentally prepare ourselves for a year to come. You're gonna have, okay, yes, you're gonna give us a light stick. Okay, I wonder what happens if we go here and we don't have a light stick. Do we just get given one? So I don't know. I'm just going to get the light stick ready as I just plot myself down because this is going to be a talking episode. Well, I mean, every episode's a talking episode. We have 13 minutes or so to celebrate or to reflect upon the year. And as Joy-Con drift, you know, that's one thing to reflect on. Maybe I should get new Joy-Cons for a new year. So I'm not constantly like running about like this. Okay, here we go. We're just going to plop ourselves down here. Yeah, so I don't know. 2022. It's been an interesting year. You know, it's not been nearly, I think, as hectic as necessarily like 2020 was or 2021, because we you know, I'm not going to say we're in a post-lockdown world because that's not, or post-pandemic world because that's not really true. You know, obviously COVID is kind of here to stay at least for, you know, however many years or however many long it takes people to actually get vaccinated, which I'd recommend you do. But yeah, lots of stuff happened to me, and I'm not really sure if all that much really happened with the channel, which I think is a bit of a sad point in a certain degree. Not to say that like I've stagnated or like things have stopped, you know, progressing. You know, there's nothing on to keep on keeping on. I would say the channel's certainly grown quite a lot. I think we had like 200 subscribers at the start of this year or something, and now it's like 350 almost, which is wild because you know, as I said, I'm always surprised that people even find my channel in the first place because I don't really do anything to promote it. I don't do like any clickbait things. I shouldn't say clickbait, but I don't do anything to like try and entice people to watch necessarily. 377, I was actually way out. I'm sort of just like existing, you know, and just being like, oh, I'm here just doing my thing. And then it's just like, oh, people are like, oh, you know what, I want to see more of that. And I'm just like, I'm thankful for it, to be honest, because it's, you know, it's, certainly I would have fun playing these games by myself recording, even if no one ever watched. But it's a lot more fun, you know, hearing other people's perspectives and what other people's comments, people picking out things which I missed, people like finding it funny even when I do or say a certain thing. It's always great, you know. Some people don't like the limelight, and you might be like, do you like the limelight? I don't mind the limelight, I suppose. I like it when I want it, and I don't want it when I don't, you know. Does that make sense? I mean, that's just kind of like goes with everything, I suppose. So perhaps it's not really the most informative thing I could have said, but still. It's just nice, I suppose. So, you know, a big thank you to all of you who've been watching, and, you know, hopefully, you know, next year will be equal or even better, I suppose, than this year. It's a general sort of thing, you know. Life always has ups and downs. Sometimes years will be worse, sometimes years will be better. But as long as you have a general trend of holding still or upwards, then that's, I think, something you should still aim for. So it's something nice to aim for, you know, and it's not like overbearing, because then anytime something goes slightly worse, you're not like, this is the worst possible thing. But still, looking forward to the next year. like obviously I'm kind of talking channel retrospective, like my personal life's my own personal life. I don't really like do New Year's resolutions or anything of that ilk anyway. So I do like I think I mentioned this last year as well, but CGP Grey has basically made a video where it's like you shouldn't really do New Year's resolutions. You shouldn't try out this thing which is called like thematic years, where it's basically with each just slightly off center, each year you choose like a theme to chase afterwards, and then every time you get basically presented with a decision between choosing something which follows a theme and something which doesn't, you choose something which follows a theme. So you might be like the year of adventure, in which case you know every time you get the opportunity to do something you've never done before, you will do that. And you know, scientific, you know, basis aside or whatnot, I think that's just a cool idea in of itself, you know. Whether it actually is more effective than New Year's resolutions or not, I don't know. It probably is person dependent, I'd imagine, but it has reasonable reasoning, which I can certainly agree with. And for me personally, I'm just like, oh, what just happened? It's 10 minutes, so everyone just sort of like changed clothes, I guess, into a Sunday best. Yeah, so that's the sort of thing I'd follow. I'm not sure what I would choose for this year, though. I don't even know what I chose for last year, to be honest. I probably said it at the end of the episode and then just, like, proceeded to ignore it. Probably something like year progression, something like that, you know? Chase, not just chase new opportunities necessarily, but push further the own opportunities that I have right now. And by that I mean start finally streaming at some point. What is wrong with you? Also finish that YouTube avatar, which, you know, I said I've been working on for ages. Basically, at the time I said I was working on it, I worked on it for a lot. And then I got real busy, and then I just never picked it up again. So basically, I have the puppet rig almost done. I haven't shaded it, but, you know, the base thing's there. So actually finally rigging that up would be kind of cool, probably. Well, I think so. Maybe you'd be like, that's not that cool, in which case fair enough, and, you know, it's not really for me to decide, is it? Well, actually it is for me to decide. No, I take that back. I think it's going to be cool. That's how we want a little bit of self-confidence and all that. So I think that'd be good, like, progression-wise for the channel. I'm not even sure. What else would be, like, a cool year progression sort of thing? I think that's basically the main thing. At some point, start streaming. You know, and bit by bit, we'll get there eventually. Because I do have ideas, at least, for streaming, and I think it will be genuinely quite a lot of fun, because, you know, a lot of, you know, people who leave comments and really are quite interesting and entertaining. They point out things that I miss, and then, you know, it's a bit of a shame, but I basically see it, like, a week to 2 weeks after you actually tell me it. No, that's not a fault of your own accord, it's a fault of my accord, because I don't check comments all that often. Like, I used to check comments every day, but I was like, this is too much, I can't bother. I just, like, replied to all of them at once in one batch, and then, you know, it's been slipping recently, and the exact times I've been checking them. So, yeah. I think it'd be cool to have a live stream, be able to answer things directly from chat, exactly. Be able to have things react to things, and the main thing is I think it'd be really good for doing let's plays of games which are popular and lots of people have played and old, in the sense that other people can basically help me. Like, the one which has been suggested all the time by other players, Outer Wilds, and I'm just sort of like, that seems like a cool idea, but maybe that should be like a live stream game, so then people, like, because I think it's an exploration based game, which is sort of like interesting, because I think it's like lore and exploration based, because you know, I've often said my piece about exploration games being like, I'm not really that fond of, I'm not like that interested in them, but then people are still recommending it to me either way. I don't, you know, if you were bitter, you could perhaps look at it and be like, oh, people don't understand me, you know, people don't get me. I choose to look at it and be like, this game, even though it's exploration game based, has still elements or is so good that I would still probably enjoy it, which is probably true, to be honest. You know, it's not like I hate exploration, it's just like, it doesn't grab me the same way things like puzzles do. So, and even if I don't enjoy it as much as other people expect, who cares? You know, it's still got to experience something new. You know? It's all the point of experiencing new things. Like, you get to try new things, and you get to broaden your horizons. And even if you come out with a negative affirmation, that's still an affirmation in the end, isn't it? People see a negative result as in, like, it's bad, rather than being like, oh, it's still information learned. Being like, oh, you know, now I can make more informed decisions in the future. You know, maybe, you know, if you, like, take a tango class and you absolutely hate it, you're like, this is the worst thing ever. You're like, okay, next time someone asks you to be like, do you want to do a ballroom dancing class, or do you want to, you know, learn pottery? You might be like, maybe I'll do some ceramics, that sounds a bit more fun. Because, you know, I've done tango class, you know, ballroom dancing and tango class certainly are different, but what elements of it did you like, what elements did you not like? Is that maybe you just didn't like the dance style of tango, and you were like, oh, maybe something slower, and ballroom dance more intimate? Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true, it's more intimate, it does take two to tango after all. Maybe that's what you like. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going with some, like, weird tirade about dancers I don't even know how to dance. But yeah, I think progression of a channel would be pretty cool, you know. I think it would also be pretty cool to actually get like start getting monetization. So hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay, that's perhaps a bit ambitious for one year. I would imagine though, if I start streaming, it would be pretty decent. Also, I've got about half required public watch hours of what I need, and less than half of subscribers. So theoretically, if I get 1,000 subscribers, then you know, correlation-wise, I'd probably get enough public watch hours to actually start with monetization. By the way, monetization is like nothing on YouTube, as I understand it. Is everyone okay over here? Is there like a tarantula or something? Oh, there's a tarantula. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save a day. Where has that tarantula gone? I'm either gonna save a day or I'm gonna get bitten by a tarantula, and it's gonna ruin it. That's probably close enough. Whew. A sigh of relief breathed by everyone. So that was tense, because I'm like, I don't want to get bitten on New Year's Day by a tarantula, but here I am. I'm a resident services expert. I've got to be here for my villagers. They've got to know. They've got to be like, yeah, you know, dear darling, she's going to support us. She's going to catch those tarantulas, which people are scared of, which are ruining the celebrations. Sorry, tarantula, you're pretty cool, but like, it's not the time. But yeah, I'm not sure what else with regard to the channel would be probably cool. I think live streaming and the model is basically the two biggest ones. What about my own personal life? What would I like to do? Your progression. I don't know. Maybe we do stuff more stuff with digital art. Maybe actually try doing some small animations here and there. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a progression, like stretching out not my boundaries. Well, I guess my boundaries, yes, but stretching out like what I can do. Because hold on, I was gonna say Encanto, but I can't remember how the song goes. There's nothing you can do. What else can I do? But maybe start. You know what I should definitely do. You know, for personal life as well. Obviously, okay, digital art animation, that'd be cool as well. Draw more. I've been really slacking on drawing lately, to be honest. But also, I think it would be cool to start that short story vlog. Because I've done a lot of short stories. We have a writing group that I do with a lot of my friends. You know, we write stories. Do I think they're amazing? No, I think they're fine, is probably what I'd say. But, you know, I think it would still be cool for other people to read them, to be able to, you know, express their opinions on them and be like, oh, hey, I like this part. Or, like, or, you know, if you're actually, like, quite an accomplished writer or a professional writer, maybe not professional, let's not go that far. It's not like I'm just below the level professional. Let's not get ahead of myself. But, like, if you're, you know about writing and that sort of thing, also getting other people's feedback, because obviously it's lovely to get my friends' feedback. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. But, you know, and at the same time, if you want to get like proper criticism, you have to field it from a range of different opinions and people, because then you have a range of different views to, you know, sift through and be like, hey, which ones matter to you, which ones don't matter to you, which ones do you agree with, which ones you don't, why do you agree with them, why don't you agree with them, am I justified in that, am I not, etc, right? So I think it'd be cool about, right, just to at least share the stories, and at least, because it's the biggest thing with like a YouTube channel and drawing up in the first place, it's nice to see my sort of timeline grow from like where I started to where I am now, you know. If you go back and watch like the early Bug Fables videos, you know I'm just like talking like this, and it's all like really quiet, and now here I am talking about literally nothing. So, you know, have things change? Yes, for the better? Remains to be seen. But I think it'd be cool to start that. You might be like, what about that music and like song stuff? Like, I mean, it's a very good thing I've done my Q&A so recently, because now I know what things I've talked about people were curious about. What about like with the music and the song things? That might happen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's gonna happen next year. Maybe some spur of a moment, I'm gonna be like, yes, let's do it. Let's get a song cover out of whatever song. I don't know what song I would cover first. Actually, that's a really good question. The thing is, because I'm not like professionally trained or anything, my range isn't amazing or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to sing like something that's specifically my range. Like what is my range? My range is probably from like an like, okay, no, if you take literal range, you know, I can do like whistle register notes sometimes. I don't know if I can do it right now. Let's see. Okay, but probably wasn't like the greatest thing to hear, but that's like a lower whistle register or whatever. But and also not controlled in the slightest. So, I mean, if you take that technical range and it's like, well, that's a bit far, you know. It's not as much. Also, I remember, the New Year's, the shaking of the light stick is slightly delayed. So you had to press it a bit early for whatever reason. I remember now. I refuse to no longer be, you know, left on the sidelines being like, ooh, you know, I'm not going to be properly in time with everyone else. Okay, everyone's going to get in position. Where should I stand to be sort of symmetrical? Everyone's sort of just like crowding around me. What's going on? No one wants to be over here? You right, Audie? Well, we got the countdown now, so we can continue our conversations afterwards. Okay, there you go. You stand there. I'm going to stand here, hopefully. Stand. Because Joy-Con drift is not allowing me to just look upwards. Just chill, chill. Okay, that's good enough. I think that's the best we're going to get. So you ready? Let's count in New Year. Although it's already New Year for you, probably so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Woo! (2023). Happy New Year, may this year hold exciting adventures for us all. How long do I wait this for? I guess that's it. Sorry about that little bit of a pause anyway, you know, wouldn't be a Dear Darling video without the pause, but here we go. Ringing in the new year, 2023, may all your... I don't know, do I really have anything else to say really? Not really conversationally, just sort of more like, you know, I hope this year's been, you know, whether it's been good or bad for you, I hope next year will be even better than it was before, you know? Like, you know, let's ring in the new year, you know, there's new things, new year, new you, or new year, same you, depending on, you know, how you want things to be. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to be like, I hope you have a fantastic 2023. So, for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. My Twitter and Discord down below. Hope we can see each other again. But until next time, Happy New Year.